Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever felt like you're losing control of your emotions because everything around you keeps demanding a reaction? Like the world pushes you to respond fast, speak fast, defend fast, and explain yourself even when you don't want to. And have you ever wondered why the moments you stay quiet make people more uncomfortable than when you speak? There's a reason for that. Silence exposes truth. Silence reveals strength. Silence forces everything around you to slow down while you rise above the noise that used to control you. Today, I want to show you something that can change the way you move through life forever. The Stoics knew that real power wasn't in speaking loudly or reacting quickly. It was in the person who could stay centered while the world spun around them. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That mastery begins in silence. Because silence is where you learn to control what can't be seen. It is where you build emotional discipline, mental toughness, and inner peace that nothing outside you can shake. When you stay silent, you give yourself a moment to think clearly, feel deeply, and choose intentionally. And when you learn to choose intentionally, your life transforms. You stop letting anger direct your actions. You stop letting fear push your decisions. You stop letting people pull reactions out of you. Instead, you become grounded, unbothered, steady, and in full command of yourself. Silence builds a strength that doesn't need to be announced. It doesn't need validation. It doesn't need permission. And in this video, you're going to learn how to use silence as your greatest tool for self-control, confidence, and emotional power. Every part of this video is designed to help you tap into a version of yourself you may have forgotten, a version that thinks clearly, stands firmly, and responds with wisdom instead of impulse. Before we begin, I want you to lock this your spirit. Silence isn't empty. Silence is strategy. Silence is strength. Silence is self-mastery. And I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. My silence makes me powerful. Number 1. Silence gives you control over your emotions. Silence is not just the absence of sound. Silence is the moment where you gain full control over your emotions before they gain control over you. Most people lose their strength because they let every feeling push them into reacting without thinking. They rush, they snap, they argue, they defend, they explain, and they end up regretting words they can't take back. But when you choose silence first, you create a space inside yourself where clarity grows, and clarity is the root of emotional power. Marcus Aurelius said, "The nearer a man is to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength." Calm doesn't happen by accident. Calm is a choice, and silence is the doorway to that calm. When someone disrespects you, silence keeps you from responding out of hurt. When a situation frustrates you, silence prevents you from making it worse. When fear rises inside you, silence gives you a second to breathe, think, and stabilize yourself. That one pause, that one breath, that one moment of self-control can change everything. People who lack inner stability crumble when emotions rise. People who practice silence thrive under pressure because they refuse to be controlled by impulse. Silence teaches you to observe without reacting. It teaches you to feel without breaking. It teaches you to think deeply before you move. And when you act from understanding instead of emotion, you make choices that protect your peace instead of destroying it. Silence also reveals what your emotions are trying to tell you. Anger shows you what crossed your boundaries. Sadness shows you where you need healing. Doubt shows you where you lack trust in yourself. Silence helps you listen to these messages without drowning in them. When you master silence, you become the kind of person who can walk into chaos and remain unshaken. You build a presence that feels powerful without ever raising your voice. You gain the ability to decide how you show up in every situation instead of letting everything dictate your reactions. That is emotional maturity. That is emotional control. And that is the beginning of becoming unbreakable. Number 2, silence makes your boundaries respected. Silence is one of the strongest ways to show a boundary without saying a single word. When you stop explaining yourself to people who don't listen, you stop wasting energy. When you stop arguing with people who twist your meaning, you stop feeding their control. When you stop reacting to disrespect, you send a message louder than shouting ever could. Silence becomes a shield. It becomes a line in the sand that says, "I will not entertain what weakens me." Epictetus said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Silence is the action behind that wisdom. It means refusing to respond to anything that does not align with your standards. Many people lose their value in the eyes of others because they react too fast. They defend themselves to people who don't deserve the explanation. They keep talking to people who stopped listening long ago. They keep trying to fix things that someone else broke. But when you choose silence, you reclaim your position. You show that your peace is more important than winning a discussion. You show that you will not argue for respect. You will simply walk away until it is given. Silence makes people reflect on how they treated you. When you stop giving them access, they start noticing what they lost. When you stop feeding their ego with constant responses, they start seeing their own behavior clearly. And when you stop reacting, they lose control over your emotions. Silence is not weakness. Silence is discipline. It is the ability to protect your energy without needing to attack or defend. It is the decision to value yourself even when others fail to. When you master silent boundaries, you become someone who is no longer controlled by chaos, pressure, or manipulation. You teach people to approach you with respect, or not at all. And that kind of strength changes every relationship in your life. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments right now. My silence protects my boundaries and my peace. Number 3, silence trains your emotional control. One of the most powerful strengths you can ever build is emotional control, and silence is the training ground for that power. When you stay silent instead of reacting instantly, you give your mind time to breathe. You create a space between the situation and your response. You stop letting your emotions drive the moment. You stop letting anger, stress, or frustration push you into choices you'll regret. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Silence is how you prove to yourself that you control your mind, instead of letting your mind control you. When someone tries to provoke you, silence shows that you refuse to be dragged into their chaos. When someone throws negativity at you, silence shows that you won't give them the reaction they crave. When life tests your patience, silence becomes your anchor that keeps you steady. Most people don't understand this. They believe reacting fast shows strength, but reacting fast only shows a lack of discipline. Anyone can explode, anyone can shout, anyone can argue, but not everyone can stay quiet. Evaluate the moment and choose a wise response instead of an emotional one. Silence makes you mentally sharp. It makes you more aware of what's happening around you. It builds patience in a world where everyone is rushing and overreacting. It teaches you to think before you speak and choose your words with intention. And the truth is, the more you practice silence, the more confident you become. Why? Because emotional control gives you inner security. You don't fear losing control. You don't fear people's opinions. You don't fear conflict. You become someone who trusts their own judgment, and that self-trust becomes unshakable. Silence gives you the ability to move through challenges without losing your center. It makes you calm in storms. It makes you steady when others panic. It makes you powerful because nothing outside you can influence what happens inside you. Number 4, silence lets you observe what others can't see. Silence is not just the absence of talking. Silence is a powerful form of awareness. It sharpens your mind and opens your eyes to things most people miss. When you choose silence, you learn to watch patterns, behaviors, intentions, and energy. You start to understand people not by what they say, but by what they do. You begin noticing shifts in tone, changes in attitude, hidden motives, and small details that reveal the truth behind every interaction. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This simple idea holds a powerful truth. The more you listen, the more you know, and the more you know, the more control you gain. Silence helps you step back from drama and see the bigger picture. It stops you from getting caught in emotional traps or reacting to things that don't deserve your energy. When you stay quiet, people reveal themselves. Some people expose their insecurities. Some reveal their intentions. Some show their true character without you ever asking. Silence gives you clarity that talking too much can steal from you. It becomes easier to recognize who respects you and who doesn't, who values your presence and who takes advantage of it, who deserves your time and who should be kept at a distance. And the best part? While you're observing, others don't even realize it. They think your silence means you're not paying attention, but the truth is, you're learning more than words could ever teach you. Silence also helps you observe yourself. You notice your thoughts, your emotional triggers, your strengths, and your weaknesses. You become more aware of how you move through the world, and that awareness becomes the foundation of your personal growth. You stop reacting blindly and start responding with intention. You make smarter choices because you understand your environment better. Silence turns you into someone who sees everything clearly, someone who lives with awareness instead of confusion. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. My silence helps me see what others overlook. Number 5. Silence builds a level of discipline they can't break. Real strength is not loud. Real strength is quiet, it's steady, it's controlled. When you stay silent, especially when someone pushes your buttons or tries to provoke you, you are building a level of discipline most people never master. Silence is not weakness. Silence is the decision to stay in control of yourself when others want you to lose control. That is a kind of power very few people understand. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is exactly what silence teaches you. When you choose not to react, you are proving to yourself that your emotions don't control you. You control them. Most people explode when they feel attacked. They panic when they feel ignored. They lash out when they feel insecure. But you breathe, you pause, you keep your peace, you stay centered. That's discipline. And discipline shows the world you are not someone who can be manipulated emotionally. Silence trains your mind to stay calm in situations where you once felt helpless. It teaches you patience. It teaches you resilience. It teaches you how to sit with discomfort without acting out of fear or frustration. And as your discipline grows, something else happens. You become unpredictable. People can't read you. They can't provoke you. They can't figure out how to pull your strings. They can't use your emotions against you because you've stopped giving them access to your reactions. Your silence becomes a wall they cannot climb. They realize they can't break you. They can't shake you. They can't control you. And this shift changes everything. Instead of you bending to others, others start adjusting to you. Instead of you reacting to situations, situations stop having power over your state of mind. Silence makes you disciplined enough to rise above pettiness, chaos, and disrespect. It helps you protect your energy and stay focused on what truly matters: your growth, your goals, your peace. When your discipline becomes stronger than your impulses, no one can distract you from becoming the strongest version of yourself. Number 6. Silence makes your value impossible to ignore. When you stop talking, stop explaining, stop defending yourself, and stop trying to prove anything to anyone, something powerful happens. People finally begin to realize what you brought into their life. Silence creates space, and that space becomes a mirror they cannot escape. Instead of hearing your voice, they hear their own thoughts. Instead of leaning on your presence, they feel the weight of your absence. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Silence makes you appear unbothered, unshaken, and fully secure in yourself, and that forces others to reflect on how they treated you. When you pull back, the contrast becomes overwhelming. Suddenly, they notice the peace you carried, the support you gave, the patience you offered, and the stability you brought into the connection. People rarely notice the sun when it's shining every day, but the moment it disappears, they finally understand how cold the world becomes without it. That's exactly what silence does. It reveals what they took for granted. Your distance becomes undeniable proof of your worth. Your calm becomes evidence of your strength. Your lack of reaction becomes the reminder that you never needed their validation to know your place. And here's the part that hits them hardest. You didn't walk away to teach them anything. You walked away to protect yourself. You walked away because you refused to stay where you were misunderstood. You walked away because peace became more important than proving your point. And nothing commands respect like someone who chooses their own value over noise, drama, or manipulation. Silence makes people see what words never could. It shows that you are not desperate, you are not weak, and you are not waiting around for someone to realize what they should have appreciated from the start. Your worth becomes louder than any conversation. Your energy becomes unforgettable. And whether they admit it or not, they feel the loss. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. My silence reveals my worth without saying a word. Number 7. Silence teaches you how to master your emotions. Silence isn't just about shutting your mouth. It's about training your inner world to stay grounded, even when everything around you tries to pull you into chaos. When you choose silence instead of reacting, you give yourself the chance to separate what you feel from what you decide to do. You stop letting your emotions run wild, and you start learning how to guide them with intention. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Silence is the doorway into that strength. It gives you enough space to breathe before you speak, to reflect before you respond, and to understand before you act. That's what emotional mastery looks like. It's not about never feeling hurt or angry. It's about refusing to let those emotions control your behavior. People who want you weak try to trigger you because they know reactions reveal vulnerability. They want you heated, loud, desperate, confused, or unstable. But silence ruins their plan. Silence blocks their access to your emotional buttons. Silence keeps you in control of yourself instead of letting them control the situation. And here's the truth most people never learn. The person who stays calm has the real advantage. They think you're quiet because you're unsure, but in reality, you're quiet because you've stopped allowing anyone else to dictate your inner state. Silence teaches you patience. Patience builds clarity. Clarity strengthens decision-making, and decision-making creates power. When you stop reacting instantly, you protect your peace, keep your dignity intact, and begin seeing people's true intentions with unbelievable clarity. You no longer fall for manipulation, guilt traps, or emotional games, because silence puts you in the position of observation rather than impulsive response. Emotional control is not built in noise. It is forged in quiet moments when you choose restraint over chaos. Your silence is not weakness. It is the training ground for a stronger, wiser, unshakable version of you. Number 8. Silence shows that your worth is independent. Silence is the ultimate declaration that your value does not depend on anyone else's recognition or approval. When you stop seeking validation, when you stop explaining yourself, when you stop chasing attention, you signal to the world that your self-worth comes from within, not from external sources. Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." When you walk away from the need to prove yourself, from arguments, from unnecessary explanations, you show that you are rich in self-respect. People will test you. They will push, prod, or even try to belittle your presence to see if they can shake you. But silence shuts down all their attempts. When they reach out expecting a reaction and get calm, composed detachment instead, they begin to realize that your value was never theirs to give or take. Silence creates boundaries that cannot be crossed without your permission, and boundaries define what is acceptable in how others treat you. When you stop reacting to every slight, every manipulation, every drama, you teach others that your time, energy, and attention are not commodities to be taken lightly. This is not arrogance. This is strength. It is the recognition that your inner world, your peace, and your confidence are priceless. By mastering the art of silent self-possession, you make people respect your presence and understand your absence. They notice the calm, the confidence, and the unshakable energy you carry, and they realize what they once overlooked. Silence doesn't just protect you, it elevates you. It places you above petty games, emotional turbulence, and unnecessary chaos. Your worth is no longer negotiable, no longer contingent, and no longer dependent on anyone else's whims. Stand firm in this truth. Let your quiet power speak louder than words ever could. You've seen it. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. Silence is self-mastery. When you stop reacting, when you stop seeking validation, when you choose calm over chaos, you take back the power that others tried to steal from you. Stoic wisdom teaches us that we cannot control what others do, but we can control our own thoughts, our own actions, our own energy. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And that mastery begins with silence. It begins with the decision to rise above petty games, to protect your peace, and to honor your worth. Each tip we covered today is not just theory, it's actionable power. You can implement it now. You can pause before replying. You can detach from emotional manipulation. You can prioritize your calm, and you can let silence reveal who respects you and who does not. The more you practice this, the stronger, calmer, and more in control you become. Remember, real power is quiet, consistent, and unshakable. Protect your energy, hold your ground, and let the world adjust to the strength you no longer explain. If this video inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe for more strategies on self-mastery, and comment below the affirmation: I am calm, I am strong, and my power is unshakable.